All right. Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's overview of the Xelliss opportunity. My name is Austin Zuloff in Lexington, Kentucky, Vice President of North America for Xelliss. We've got some exciting information to go over tonight. We're going to be talking about the biotechnologies, the products behind Xelliss, as well as the opportunity behind the products. And I couldn't think of anyone better to disseminate this information to you all than a gentleman that was just born an entrepreneur. So grab something to take some notes. Tim was actually a millionaire in his 20s, and he's been a seven-figure earner in three different businesses, everything from traditional brick and mortar style business on up to network marketing. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. He built the #1 sponsoring team out of over 1 million active distributors in a legacy company in over 50 countries. And I can't think of anyone else that I can say that about. So please lend your full attention to the gentleman out of Dallas that has personally coached and trained over 200 of the top income earners in the network marketing profession, Mr. Tim Edwards. Tim, my friend, the Zoom is all yours.
Appreciate it, Austin, and welcome everybody. I was thinking back about the first experience I had with this industry when I had my brother-in-law bring me a video to watch. I was working 90 hours a week. I had 5,000 clients. I was on call 24 hours a day. I'd started a business the same year my daughter was born. She was 4.5, and when I left in the morning, it was dark. When I got home, it was dark, and it was becoming like a refrigerator on my back because I wasn't spending time with her. I didn't know her. And after I looked at the business, I didn't think I was interested because I was too busy. And I had a dream that night that my daughter was packing up and going off to college, and I didn't remember anything. I'd missed her entire life. And it really shook me to stop and say, how fast have the last 5 years gone by? I can keep doing what I'm doing and I can blink and 5 years is going to pass. Or I can start putting an hour a day into a business, and in 5 years I could be free. And so that's what caused me to actually join the business. So I'm going to go over some slides with you and show you what I see here and why we're actually with Xelliss. So first off, let me get my minimize here. So Peter Diamandis was recently called by Fortune magazine as one of the 50 greatest leaders of our time. And in a TED Talk, he said something that was very interesting to me, and I thought it was very appropriate for the time that we're in right now, which is the world's biggest problems are the world's biggest market opportunities. Think about that. The biggest problems are actually the biggest opportunities. So let's start with health and what some call the big lie. Now, if you're one of the millions of people who've been sold that organic food is the answer to all your nutritional needs, you're in for a little bit of a shock. So check this out. The New York Times wrote an article called Breeding the Nutrition Out of Our Food, where they showed that, there's lots of corporate farming now and over farming and soil depletion, and the nutrients are just not in the foods like they used to be. And we actually have technology that allows scientists to analyze the phytonutrient content in our food. So if you don't know much about phytonutrient, you should look it up. And what you'll find is that if you're low in phytonutrients, it opens up the door for the biggest diseases that we all fear: heart disease, cancer, and many, many more. And so just to give you an example, today's broccoli can have up to 80 times less phytonutrients than what our ancestors ate. Golden delicious apples that you buy from the health food store have up to 100 times less phytonutrients than what we used to eat. So the nutrition is just not there. You'd actually have to eat a truckload of organic fruits and veggies to get what you need. So what if you could use the same nutrients that Olympians use to power their bodies to peak performance? Even NASA gives the same exact superfood that we offer to the US astronauts in space. So what's the answer? What if there were a simple, affordable way to outperform expensive organic foods, high-end supplements, and CBD oils? Introducing Xelliss Biotechnologies. So I'm going to go into some really cool products now that you're going to love. So have you ever heard of phycocyanin? I had never heard of it. I couldn't spell it. I had trouble pronouncing it to start with. But it's literally, if you look it up, it is the super antioxidant that's basically about to take over the world. Now, we've got our first product here that's called Phycocy Extreme. It's got 75 milligrams of phycocyanin, which I'll give you an idea of how big that is. All right, that's how big the package is. All right, it's very small. But this package on the open market is about $200. It's super expensive. All right, we've got a single dose that you can actually buy for $250 instead of $200. It's got 1,000 flower honey. It gives you a natural, clean energy. It dissipates lactic acid, so we've got world champions and Olympians training on it. You see the Sport Protect seal here? That's the European version of what the athletes look for concerns about anti-doping. You know, when they're training on products and they test, if there's something in the product that causes them to fail a test, they're out of competition. So this is proven to be 100% pure. Now, where does phycocyanin come from? It comes from spirulina, but not ours. Doesn't come from just any spirulina. We have an award-winning spirulina made with a patented process called a photobioreactor. So if you see on the right-hand side here, at the top, you've got these basins. So most of the world grows it outside in basins, lakes, ponds, and most of it's grown in China and India. And the challenge with that, as you see in this top strain under a microscope, is that the cells are void. You see the spirulina is green. You see how void the cells are? So it's what's called the biomass is very low. There's not many nutrients in there. And as you see the black specks here, that's going to be the pollutants. It's going to be the pesticides, the heavy metals, the fertilizers. And so what happens in typical spirulina is that it's contaminated and it only grows really well for about 2 months out of the year. So when you're buying it, you don't know what you're getting, what the biomass is, what the nutrients are. It's very inconsistent. But if you see here, the photobioreactors, what's cool about this is we have this very pristine reservoir in Spain that has some of the purest water on the planet from the Asturian Mountains. And it trickles down, and we take this pure water, and we put it into what's called a photobioreactor. And it's called vertical farming. So it's indoors, it's run by computers, it's patented, and the water is the perfect temperature, the light's perfect, the alkalinity's perfect. We feed it the nutrition that it needs to grow. And so what happens is you see this middle strain, that's going to be what's called the A3 spirulina maxima, which is our patented strain. So nobody can reproduce this strain. Nobody can reproduce how we do it with the photobioreactors. Look at the biomass here. It's completely full, so it's power packed with nutrients, and there's zero contaminants because it's in a pure state in these photobioreactors. And if you look at it under this heavy microscope where it's blown up, you see the blue specks. That's going to be the phycocyanin that I just showed you. So it's a blue protein inside the cell of the spirulina. As you see here, it's also got the iron, beta carotene. And so we can actually tweak these computers and these indoor farms, and we can produce more beta carotene, more iron, more phycocyanin, whatever we want. So, and every batch is perfect and full of nutrients because the environment's perfect. And here's what it looks like in product form. And if you're wondering why spirulina is called the world's most perfect superfood, if you Google it, it'll blow your mind what it does. It's miraculous. It does so many things that it seems like it's almost all you need. But some of the things that we can talk about, because we can't make certain claims, even though it does do that, but it helps with immunity. It helps with mood support. It helps with pain sensitivity. So we've got people that are switching from CBD because this works better, and it's 50 to 75% less cost. It helps with healthy cholesterol. It increases your energy. People are losing weight. It increases your metabolism. It's high in chlorophyll, which is the lifeblood of plants. And it's got more protein per weight than anything on the planet, even meat. It's got all your amino acids and your minerals. Now on the right-hand side, premium European espresso. This is called Europa. So I'm a coffee, I'd probably say I'm a coffee snob. I love really high-end coffee, and I love European coffee. Now, not everybody drinks coffee, but just know this, that it is the second most consumed beverage on the planet. Okay, so get this. This is infused with micronutrients, and it's the healthiest coffee on the planet. And either one of these products even with the super technology, is only $39 a month. Now the coffee, as you see on the right-hand side, when the water first comes through the little pod, you've got the spirulina in there, and then the coffee follows. So it turns out to be a brown color, but it's infused with spirulina. So you get your nutrition in your cup of coffee. That's why they call it the healthiest coffee on the planet. Now, phycocy is the phycocyanin products that we have. So the first one is AM. So it's rich in, I looked up the pronunciation of this, by the way. It's acerola. I didn't want to say that. I wanted to mispronounce it because I didn't want to say that, but it is acerola vitamin C. And it's for antioxidant protection. It helps immune support, which everything we do is immune support. Protects the cells from oxidative stress and reduces fatigue. How many people do you know that are fatigued today? I can't tell you how many people I talk to. They're just exhausted. They're worn out. There's so much fatigue. It's really rampant. The PM below that would allow you to wind down later in the day. Got two of my favorite things, mango and cinnamon. And it's the medicinal of the reishi mushroom, which helps with mood support. Again, so many people are kind of down in the dumps, especially for the way the health and the economic situation is. People are having trouble with their mood being up, right? And it's also got precious ketonic that's known for relieving stress. How many people you know dealing with stress today? Big deal. Now, Sport, this is probably one of the coolest products I've ever seen. And again, you've got the Sport Protect up here. Now, if you're looking for peak performance or increased endurance, accelerated cell renewal, rapid recovery. So whether you're very active, maybe you're a weekend warrior, maybe you're involved in athletics or you work out, this is the product, guys. It's infused with vitamin B9. It synthesizes nucleic acid, which is the technical term for dissipating the lactic acid. And when you're doing intense workouts and you have that athletic competition, that lactic acid buildup, that burning sensation that you get, if you could dissipate that, you're going to have more endurance, more stamina, quicker recoveries. All right. It contains arginine, one of the 20 essential amino acids that make up your proteins. I looked up this arginine because I hadn't heard of it. And what's interesting, if you look at the research, it helps support healthy HGH levels. So if you know anything about hormones, if you don't have HGH, you can't produce lean muscle. You can't have energy. It helps lean you up. So it's really effective in athletic situations. And if you look up the arginine, and I can't make the claims here, but if you look up what they actually prescribe this in medical practices. If you look up what they prescribe it for, this is something you want in your body every single day. It'll blow you away. So let's hear from a few folks, and before I let you hear from a few people for about 30 seconds, I want you also to know that we've got, not only do we have incredible products now, but we have a revolutionary weight management product that's clinically proven in Europe to attack the brown fat. So your waist goes whoop. The average person in Europe has lost 2 dress sizes or 2 belt sizes, and we've got a cutting edge algae-based anti-aging product that's going to be a breakthrough that's coming a little bit later as well. So in the next few months, you're going to get even better products. So let's go hear from a few folks real quick. All right, Miss Tara.
Hey, how are you? I'm a mom, and I'm a very, very busy mom, very active, of 2 amazing kids and a stepdaughter that I absolutely love and been blessed to be a part of her life. And my whole entire life, it's always been sports or working out at the gym. And just recently, about 10 months ago, I hurt myself at work and I destroyed my back. And they have no idea what I've done, but that's okay. This product here, Tim brought it to me and said, you got to give this a try. You got to see what it does for you. And at that time, I had nothing to lose. I was off work for 10 months. They put me on long-term disability, and I really, truly wanted my life back. Within about 2 weeks, I saw a massive difference within this product. And I'll tell you now, this will be in my body every single day for the rest of my life. Back to you.
Cool.
Hey guys, Dr. Joshua Muller here, your spine ninja chiropractor. I wanted to share my experience with you all. As a holistic doc, I've had a number of different nutritional things come across my radar. But when I really did the research with this, I discovered it was something very, very unique. I treat 50 to 60 patients a day, which is quite demanding on my body. I've had 2 knee surgeries, 2 shoulder operations, and a major back surgery as well. So I, needless to say, carry a lot of scar tissue and achy joints and things of that nature. And I have to be on point mentally and physically every day with every patient. So, you know, coming out of the shutdown, my body really kind of needed a boost. I got the quarantine 15. I was just soft. And after a week of being on this, it became blatantly clear to me that this was something very unique. This was a unicorn. I personally had increased sleep quality and duration. I had less brain fog, more mental focus and clarity. And the thing that really, really caught my attention was my overall joint pain was less than half. So Xelliss has me firing all cylinders, and I'm just so thankful to have it in my life now.
Hey, this is Christy. I am a wife, mom, 45-year-old Gigi from Arkansas, and I spent 23 years in corporate healthcare and never got to see my grandkids, and retired back in 2019, and now I'm at home. I work from home. I help take care of them. I'm super busy, and the main problems that I had prior to finding these products was just a total lack of energy. I was tired all the time. I had just terrible brain fog. I couldn't focus. I was moody all the time. And within just a couple of days of taking the blue and green biotechnologies, I'm telling you, my mental clarity was different. I felt better. I was happier. We were singing songs in the morning instead of arguing and having tears. And I'm sleeping like a baby now. I'm back in the gym, working out like a champ. And I can't say enough wonderful things about these products. So thank you so much for sharing them with me. Back to you, Em.
All right, good stuff. So let's jump back into this. All right, so if you think the business may not be for you, I want to make a couple suggestions to you real quick. Below us here, you can click the button to answer common questions. If you're thinking about maybe I'm not a salesperson, I don't know very many people, I've tried this before, whatever it might be, I can tell you, if you click there, I've got some really short videos that you see here at the bottom that are, most of them are around a minute, but they give you some real clarity on what the business is really like and I'll help solve some of the myths for you that we can help you get around if it turns out that you change your mind about this. But all said and done, if it's just the products that you're interested in, just click request a call right below us, and whoever invited you will get you the information that you need on the products. All right, so what are your options? You know, if you ever heard the term linear versus leveraged income, you know, there's only about 3 categories or types of income that you can create. And, you know, linear being, you know, a job or a profession where you trade time for money, or a week for a salary, or a job for a commission. Now, the problem with that is you can't make that exchange enough times to really get financial security. Even doctors and lawyers, you know, a doctor does a procedure for a fee. You know, a lawyer bills an hour. And what happens, though, if they're not doing a procedure or billing an hour, their income stops. And so they have no leverage. So the second category is businesses and franchises. So businesses, most people don't know this, but 80% of businesses that start today will be out of business in 5 years. So 80% go out of business. It's a really high, it's really risky, a lot of liability. They're expensive to start, and franchises are even more expensive, right? Franchises, the average franchise is over $25,000, right? They've got a lot of overhead, and here's a stat that will kind of blow you away. The average franchise owner makes $50,000 a year. Obviously, there's some people that have McDonald's that do really well, but they're 1.5 million. But the average franchise makes $50,000 a year. The average person that does a home-based business like ours makes 20% more than people that start franchises. And they're paying $25,000, and here it's like $199, right? So no comparison. So network marketing gives you leveraged income, where you can actually create an income stream that you become unimportant to the creation of your income, right? Because you have a network of people that ping pongs around the globe. You don't have the overhead, you don't have the risk. It's got a high potential, and it's pandemic proof. We've actually seen increases in the network marketing profession during the pandemic because people work from home. They don't have to get out. So it's by far the best deal. Let's talk a little bit about compensation. One of the things that's interesting in the industry, a lot of people are kind of, I would say, against auto ships. There's a term called auto ship, which means most companies make you buy a certain amount of products every single month to be eligible to earn commission. And a lot of them are upwards of $100, some are even more. All right, and you have to buy that or you can't make money. With ours, if you have one 45-point customer, meaning like let's say on one of the FICO side blues, one customer on one bottle a month, you'd be active and eligible to earn a commission, even if you didn't have an auto ship. All right, so much easier, much more appealing to people. Let's talk about the components of the plan. The dual team, it's one of the most lucrative compensation plans in the industry for this one very reason. A dual team means you've got two teams. One is your team, one is your upline's team. In most other plans, you know, your upline builds a separate team from you. There's nothing that helps you. Here, everything they build, you can make money on. So you can make money on your team and their team. So you have a chance to make double the commission. Now, the customer acquisition, you've got a 30% retail profit, and you've got wholesale points as well. A lot of plans have one or the other. We have both. On the Fast Start bonus, you make up to $100 when people start with their product kits. And what's cool about this is that it's not, most of the companies have it where it's on your first purchase, or they make you buy a really expensive kit, you know, to get the bonus. Here, we've got some very affordable kits. You don't have to make it on the first purchase, but you can make it up to 40 days, in the first 40 days. And what's cool about these guys is they also pay us second generation. So if I sponsored you and you sponsored somebody else, I can get a Fast Start bonus on your personally sponsored, right? Which is up to $50 on each one. So we get first and second generation Fast Start bonuses, and it's in the first 40 days. So it doesn't have that gotcha where you got to do something on the first purchase that kind of freaks you out. The leadership pool is an annual leadership bonus that's for emeralds and above. I can tell you most of the plans out there, to get into a leadership pool, you have to be at the very highest rank. This is a mid-level rank, guys, that you actually get to participate because the company's going to accumulate 1% of the PV of the entire company worldwide and put it into a pool. At the end of each year, according to your points and your rank, right, the points and the revenue, you actually get a share of this yearly bonus. So it'd be a great little, like a Christmas bonus. All right, now the car bonus is up to $1,000 per month based on your rank. And again, how many of you guys out there have a car in mind? What's your favorite car? Think about being able to actually put money away. They actually let you put this $1,000 a month away in a plan to save up for a down payment if you want, and then pay up to $1,000 for the car. So, and you don't have to drive a peak car or a certain kind of car. You get your dream car. The exotic vacations. This is one of the coolest things. I can remember back in the days when we would take, you know, all of our leaders and our team would go on these exotic vacations. And it's really cool when you get to meet people. You know, first you meet, you don't know each other. You know, then you kind of get to know each other, and you start doing well, and you get on that kind of that championship run where you're both going to the top. And then to be able to sit on the beach with a group of people that you locked arms with, and you supported each other, and you did whatever it takes. You got your toes in the sand, and you're drinking that drink, and your kids are playing. You're talking about being there, and it's all paid for by the company. It's just a super cool thing to participate in. Now, on the monthly rank bonus, what's cool about this is you don't have to have a team to do this as well. We've got a retailer's plan, so you can actually be a retailer and get to the ruby, emerald, or diamond levels, get the car bonuses, get all the trip bonuses, etc. And you wouldn't even have to have a team. So if you've got people that just want to use our online store to market online, or some of the guys that are chiropractors, have spas or personal trainers, they just want to build up a consumer base of people that love the products, because that's a good addition to their business. And they would actually be able to participate in these bonuses without a single person on their team. But the cool thing about these bonuses, which is very different, is it's a monthly rank bonus. Most companies out there is a one-time bonus. And let's say that the company offered you a $50,000 bonus that was, you know, a one-time bonus. That sounds awesome. But if you've worked for a couple of years to get to the top of a company, and you're going to plant your flag and retire there, after 10 months at $5,000 a month here, you'd be losing money if you got $50,000 up front and you didn't get this monthly bonus. So I figured up the other day with a monthly rank bonus and the car bonus, which I didn't have in my plan. Time that I was a top leader would have made me an extra $1 million in cash for those 2 bonuses alone, and it would be ongoing. Now the check match, probably the most lucrative part of the business. Not every pay plan has a check match. Most of them have small percentages, 10%, 20%. But what if you could make up to 40% check match? What does that mean? Okay, on the dual team bonuses that we talked about, if you have someone making, let's say, $10,000 a month on that particular part of the pay plan, if you're at the 40%, you're going to make $4,000 a month on one person in a check match. All right, imagine having 3 or 4 of those, right? You make 6 figures off of 3 or 4 people. Now, if you've got 3 or 4 people a few years down the road that are making that kind of money or more, they might have 50 people each that they've sponsored. So your second generation, if you have 3 people that sponsor 50 people each, you got 150 people that you can make 25 or 30% of all 150 people's checks. And so that goes down 6 more generations. So 7 generations of check match. This is the most lucrative part of the pay plan, period. All right, now, I've never seen one this lucrative. Let's talk about the system for a second. I hear a lot of people, when I was building my business back in the day, and especially when I was coaching leaders, people don't know what to say and what to do, and things are so complicated. What if you had a system that had leads that would be integrated into it, right? Or it had pre-written little blurbs that you could just pop out to people that's proven to get results where you didn't have to know what to say, right? Just click your app. You can also download all your contacts, and you can choose the ones you want to send info to in seconds, right? And what happens is the system presents, it educates, it tracks everybody, it notifies you when people are in the system. So it saves an enormous amount of time. It can enroll people 24/7. So in the old days, we used to prospect 10 people, and we'd have to follow up on 10 people to see who looked. Here, you don't have to do that. Right? It tells you who's looking. It ranks every prospect. It gives you a score. It tells you every click and what they've done, so you know who the hottest prospects are. And what's cool about it is that we give you what to say, right? You pop that out. The system does the educating for you and tracks it. It tells you who's there. And then all we do then is you tell us, hey, I've got somebody that's a hot prospect. We get on with you on a little video chat. We answer their questions, and you get paid. So what to say is done. Presentation and education's done, follow-up's done, you get paid. And we're going to duplicate that over and over and over. So this also includes the mentoring, right? We've got some of the top leaders in the industry. We've got 3 or 4 of the top industry coaches. We've got a couple of people that are either in or associated with the MLM Hall of Fame, right? So we have some of the best leaders, and when the world finds out who's with us, it's going to be a tsunami of people coming there, I can tell you. So what this app does is it automates your smartphone into an online global business, and you can get it the first month for $1 to see if you love it. I've not seen anybody yet that didn't love it. All right, let's talk about how to get started. All right, we've got a personal pack here. It's got one of the FICO Psi AMs. It's got one of the Europas. Again, if you're not a coffee drinker, it comes in little pods. This is great to give people for samples because most of the people drink coffee. You've got the FICO Psi Extreme, which again is great for energy, antioxidants. It's great for workouts. It's also in a little sachet, as I showed you. So that's also good to give people, let's say 15 minutes before a workout at the gym. And you've also got the A3 spirulina powder in the caps. All right, so this is a $250 value, guys, and you're getting it for below wholesale for $149 to start your business. And as you see there, the little asterisk, all reps are required to purchase a $50 starter kit. So your total price to start, if you have a little cash situation, $199. Okay, there's not too many businesses you can start that you could build a multi-million-dollar business for $199. All right, the business pack. We've got an assortment of products here, and I want to give you a couple of concepts here. First off, think about this. If you want to get the best deal on products, right? Again, this is the $660 value for less than wholesale. It's below wholesale at $399. So you either have a chance here to actually get some products, save a ton of money over the next few months as you use products, or you can use one of each of these products personally. So you can try all the products, and you can actually go out and get retail customers with the rest of these and recoup $370 every $399. So you can start your business, get on the products, create your customer base, and recruit pretty much all your money back. Now here's the professional pack. This is kind of for the go-getters, the people that are aggressive, that want to make 6 figures or 7 figures. And so, and I can just tell you, when I started in my first company, this company, I always buy the biggest kit. It's just the way I do it. You want to start at the highest level that you can afford to set the example for your team, because everything replicates, okay? If people start off with a product pack that has more revenue, that they try more products, that they get more customers, and you duplicate that, you blow up your income. All right, so this is a $1,600 value below wholesale for $7.99, which gives you either a lot of products to buy, to try at wholesale, so you save a ton of money, or get this, you can try one of each of these products yourself and retail the rest and recoup $1,100. So you can duplicate a larger pack, which will set your team up for success, and be $300 in profit and have your customer base all in one swoop. All right, so from the beginning, we talked about big problems equal big opportunities. Millions of people today are seeking optimal health or super immunity, or they're looking for an additional income stream. Maybe they're a waitress and the restaurant's down at 50% capacity. They need extra income. A lot of people today, more than ever, the people know they need a plan B, right? The people that didn't think they needed a plan B or an additional income stream or a backup today understand it's super smart. But a lot of them just say, hey, I don't trust corporate America anymore. I don't trust my job to be there. I want to build up $5,000 a month. I want to fire my boss. I want to control my life and have a pandemic-proof business. So that might be a plan B, and also a financial exit strategy. So for people that are looking to set up their family for generations, right? If you want to do this big time, we're going to lock arms with you and get it done. So where else can you find a ground floor without the risk? Ann and I looked at 150 companies for months and months and months. This was the only one that was a ground floor, 7 years in Europe, launching here, brand new with no risk. So ground floor with no risk, only one. Patented cutting edge biotechnologies that you can't replicate, right? You can't duplicate these products. They give your body everything that it needs, and it saves you money every single month, right? And you're in front of the phycocyanin trend, the next billion-dollar trend that nobody's heard of. I've talked to hundreds of people, not one person has heard of it yet. We've got a lock on how to produce it in a pure way and quantities that we can get the price down. So we're positioned like nobody on the planet for the phycocyanin market. And you got this automated system, plus the mentoring included with a leveraged pandemic-proof business. So if you're looking at this, write down or grab a pen or type this, write down the personal pack or business pack or professional pack, whichever one you're most interested in. And then we're going to chat now with a beautiful young lady, Miss Ann Feinstein, who I just mentioned that we've been doing research for months and months and months on trying to find our final resting place, our home where we can plant our flag and do a business together. And Ann was started off as a teacher. She ended up being head of research for a Park Avenue consulting firm. She ended up thinking there's got to be a better way. So she went into network marketing. She's been top leader for more than one company, built multi-million-dollar businesses around the globe, and she's in the top 1% of all income earners on the planet. So Ann, why don't you tell everybody what you think about where we're at?
Well, thanks, Tim. I'm telling you, I get so excited hearing these incredible stories because it just reconfirms for me, as it does for everyone, how we've got a technology here that's real. It's based on real science, and it's making a difference for people in a right now environment. Today, I mean, literally, we know that just a few months ago, things would dramatically change. And here we are today, and you've got these people in front of you that are sharing stories, talking about how this has helped them really make a significant difference during a challenging time of their lives, and move into a brand new in feeling energy and vitality and va-va-voom back and getting, their bodies in shape and feeling good about themselves. Their moods have changed. They're just so many different things, guys. I hear about people sleeping better, less stress, peace of mind, all those things that people are talking about. And it's not down the road sometime, it's happening today. So that's the first thing that was the non-negotiable. It had to be a real product with a real science and patented. My goodness, I mean, this is real technology. I'm excited. So then you have a compensation plan that I can tell you 30 years gives you a pretty good perspective on what works and what doesn't, and what you can explain and what you can't explain, okay? And I can tell you that when you can see a ladder of escalation here in terms of how people can earn a really wonderful income for their families and create that financial security that they're either praying for at night before they go to bed, or they're praying for a better health solution. We've got an answer here for both. And so then you take the system and you add that. And I'll tell you, Tim, when you have a system that you can give to people that can start from the very beginning, give them presentation skills, give them the tools, give them the process, and help them step by step through to the point where they are absolutely feeling confident. They know what to say, they know what to talk to people about, and they know how to take them through the different parts of the process. That's a game changer. I mean, that is a real game changer, guys. And I've seen that over these years, again, with great perspective. So when you put all this together with a corporate team, and I'll say, Austin Zuloff, I love you to pieces because you have brought us together with such a dynamic team of integrity. The guys over in Luxembourg are so excited about our market opening here. I cannot begin to tell you how excited they are about the USA and being able to be part of this global expansion that is occurring right now. So like Tim said, you know, take a look serious at this. Go back to the person who invited you here tonight. Let them know that you are ready to lock arms with us. We're excited to have you with us. And so with that, back to you, Tim.
Appreciate it, Dan. So in closing, you know, I told you about the dream that I had with my daughter, and it really bothered me when I thought about the first 4.5 years of her life that really wasn't there. And I asked her when she was 19, after all this was said and done, and I built the business and semi-retired. So I'm just curious what she thought. And she said, I said, so what do you remember about your childhood? She said, Dad, all I remember is you were here every day, all day, my entire life. And so that's the kind of life you can have. If it's late for you to have that with your kids, get in a position where you can retire and do it for your grandkids. But whatever it takes, lock arms with us. Whatever your goals are, we'll help you get it done. So get back with the person who invited you. We'd love to welcome you aboard, and we'll see you on the next Zoom. Bye for now.